The February Community Day has been announced, and the special Pokemon is gonna be Hoppip. Yeah, Hoppip. I didn't see that one coming, but I guess it makes sense because we have the Johto event going on right now. So yeah, Hoppip Community Day, right? February 12th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time. And during this community day, Shiny Hoppip is going to debut along with its evolutions going into Jumpluff, and Jumpluff is going to get the special community day attack, Acrobatics, which is a new attack in Pokemon Go. It has 110 base power for PvP, 100 damage for gyms and raids. So I don't see this guy as much of a raider, but if you're not aware, Jumpluff does have some clout in Great League PvP already. It is a pretty tanky Pokemon, and I will get into more of that later on in the video. But yeah, having a big nuke attack is a pretty good addition for Jumpluff. As far as the energy cost, they're not telling us again, but rumor has it it's going to be a 60 energy cost charge move, which is kind of steep, but you know, that is about the same price as payback, so it kind of makes sense for, you know, a community attack that can get distributed to other Pokemon to not have it be overwhelmingly overpowered. 55 energy cost could have been a little bit nicer for Jumpluff. I think Jumpluff kind of deserves it / needs it, but assuming that Acrobatics is going to get added to other Pokemon in the game, I think 60 energy cost is a pretty safe one there. And to add to the festivities, to the fun here, there's going to be 3x Catch Stardust, which is fantastic. And then they're also going to have a Skimploom appearing in parks where there's Hoppip as well. Skimploom is the mid-stage evolution. And if you catch a already evolved Pokemon, you get bonus Stardust for that too. So you got the bonus with the bonus, which is pretty fantastic. And then I guess you also get bonus XL candy as well. This Pokemon can be XL in the Great League. I think the highest level you can put it up to, with it being like good IVs still, is like 45. But most Hoppip end up capping out around like level 43 if you want to be maximum about it. And if they end up having like a slight attack weight or something, then you don't need XL candy altogether. But I guess it is kind of nice that we don't have to worry about, you know, how long we spend with this event to get the XL candy there. So yeah, this event's already looking pretty hot. I don't know about you guys, but I'm basically tapped out on Stardust, so I'll be running around like a mad fool catching all sorts of Hoppips and Skimplooms, you know what I'm saying? But let's talk about its viability in PvP. When it comes to the Great League, Jumpluff is kind of an underrated pick because it's very similar to Tropius in a lot of ways. They're both grass flying type Pokemon, and Jumpluff is actually tankier than Tropius is. It has a higher stat product, 2,367 stat product. And if you want to compare that to something, Azumarill basically has a very similar stat product as well. I think Azumarill's like 2,400. So yeah, Jumpluff, it looks like a little tiny fairy floaty wisp of nothing, but it is actually a pretty thick Pokemon, which is nice. Key difference between Jumpluff and Tropius is that Jumpluff has Bullet Seed for good energy gains but low fast move damage, where Tropius has more of that fast move aggression using Air Slash and Razor Leaf here. And I think Jumpluff hasn't really stood out a whole lot in the meta so far because of Aerial Ace, for the most part. Aerial Ace isn't a big problem for Tropius because Tropius has the fast move aggression. So if you're using Aerial Ace, it's just for like super effective or neutral chip damage. And then it also has the Almighty Leaf Blade, one of the best charge moves in the game, on top of it, right? Where Jumpluff has energy gains with low fast move pressure. Energy Ball is pretty good. It's not that great, but it's pretty good. It ain't no Leaf Blade, but it's okay. But Aerial Ace is super bad. So spamming Aerial Ace, not that great. Spamming Air Slash backed up by Aerial Ace, kinda okay, right? So I think Acrobatics being a better flying type charge move will be the punch that Jumpluff needs to actually be a good, solid, reputable Great League Pokemon, and not just like a interesting spice side grade to Tropius. Now, is Jumpluff going to be a household name when it comes to acrobatics? Probably not. The current state of the Great League is pretty aggressive towards like all grass type Pokemon that aren't named Trevenant. The acrobatics will give Jumpluff a lot more play against Trevenant, but the main reason why Trevenant's so good is because it can manage other grass type Pokemon and have neutral coverage against basically everything with its ghost type attacks. So it is some pretty stiff competition right now, but I think Jumpluff will be really good. Basically, if you think Tropius is good, Jumpluff is going to be pretty good too. Is Jumpluff going to be better than Tropius when it comes to acrobatics? Not necessarily. Once again, you know, Energy Ball pretty slow, and if Acrobatics does end up being a 60 energy cost charge move, that's also pretty slow. So, you know, it's hard to say, like, yeah, it's absolutely going to be better than Tropius, the Pokemon with the fast move aggression and the Leaf Blade. But I think Jumpluff having a greater, you know, bag of tricks to work with is going to be good news for Jumpluff and make it a good, solid Great League Pokemon. Another thing to add with Acrobatics being this, you know, somewhat high energy cost nuke move is it's kind of good news for people that have already evolved Jumpluff and Shadow Jumpluff already, because their Jumpluffs that they currently have aren't wasted. They're not like Jumpluffs that they're going to need to Elite TM or something like that, or like a waste of Stardust, now a waste of space, because Aerial Ace, despite being such a terrible move, it is a 45 energy cost charge move, right? And Energy Ball is 55 energy cost. So if Acrobatics ends up being 55 or 60 energy cost, Jumpluff loses out on its lower energy cost charge move, which can cost it some matchups because it doesn't have that bait or quick closing potential on it. So I think Aerial Ace Jumpluff still has a place in the world, and you don't have to lament all the Stardust and candy you spent on the current Jumpluffs that you have. So I think that's also a pretty nice aspect to the Acrobatics Jumpluff here. I think overall, holistically, good gain. Doesn't make your current Jumpluff worthless, makes Jumpluff better overall, gives Jumpluff that bag of tricks kind of going on. I like it. Also, forgot to mention, Shadow Jumpluff. Is that thing good too? Well, if normal Jumpluff is good, then yeah, Shadow Jumpluff is probably going to be good as well. Is Shadow Jumpluff better than the normal one? Is the normal one better than the Shadow one? That I can't say for certain right now, but with any Great League viable Pokemon that can be a Shadow, you're going to want to consider having it anyways. So right now we're in a Rocket Takeover event. You know, make sure to Frustration TM, you know, your Hoppips there, so you have them viable, available to evolve with the Acrobatics when the Community Day comes. And yeah, it probably will be good. It probably will have some niche advantages over it. Maybe as we approach the Community Day, I'll have a better perspective on which one is exactly better. My current understanding right now for how things are for the Aerial Ace Hoppips Jumpluffs is that the normal is a bit better than the Shadow, because the normal can actually, you know, take charge move hits like Ice Beams and stuff like that. It can actually take that and keep on trucking, where the Shadow kind of goes down immediately, and that makes the Shadow sound super bad. But you know, the same kind of thing exists for Golbat and Shadow Golbat too, where normal Golbat can take a super effective hit and keep trucking and get to a charge move, where the Shadow goes down pretty quickly. But the Shadow has proven itself time and time again as not exactly being better than the regular, but having a place that it can be better than the normal. So both definitely safe. And hopefully well before the Community Day, I'll have a PvP IV deep dive on both of them for you guys, so you can, you know, make sure you pick the best one to evolve and possibly power up for Great League PvP. So that's all I gotta say about Hoppip Community Day right now. If you got any questions on this content, of course, comment below, let me know what's up, and I'll be happy to help you out. And if you enjoyed this kind of content, you want to see more like it, maybe you want to know what the best PvP IVs are for Jumpluff in Great League PvP, well, make sure to subscribe to SwagTips. I'd also like to give a special shout out to these Patreon supporters. If you want to support Swagman on Patreon, link in the description.